absolute embarrassment.
Black and white sports reporters, well, say it isn't so.
It all began with a whisper on the court, a moment so fast most would have missed it if not for the sharp eyes of viewers watching closely, eyes trained on every move Caitlin Clark makes. She's the rising star the WNBA never saw coming. The one who brought eyes, energy, and money to a league starving for all three. But instead of being embraced, Clark is being hunted, verbally, physically, and politically, by players who seem to resent the light she brings. The latest incident? Brittney Griner, towering and unfiltered, caught on camera mouthing what appeared to be trash-fucking white girl as she walked off the court after a tense game. There wasn't room for misinterpretation. Slow-motion replays, lip readers, and stunned analysts all came to the same conclusion. But what came next was even more shocking. Nothing. Not a peep from the league. No statement. No fine. No suspension. Just a wall of silence so loud it echoed louder than the insult itself. Clark, the rookie sensation, was left alone once again. Alone to navigate the political minefield of a league that seems increasingly hostile toward her presence. A league that has become a cold battlefield, where race, reputation, and resentment blend into every play. And this time it wasn't just a cheap shot in the paint or a hard foul at the rim. It was a slur. A racially charged, calculated insult hurled in front of cameras live and left unchecked. Skip Bayless said what millions were thinking. If a white player had called Brittney Griner a trash black girl, their career would have ended by halftime. The media would have gone nuclear. The league would have had press conferences, crisis management meetings, and probably a retirement forced by shame. But because the target was Clark, because she's white, new, and taking up space that some clearly believe doesn't belong, to her, the response was nothing. No accountability, just business as usual. And this isn't an isolated case. This is part of a pattern. From her very first WNBA game, Caitlin Clark has been under attack. Not because she's disrespectful, not because she's dirty, but because she's dominant. She's the kind of player who shifts the balance of power, who forces uncomfortable conversations, and who, whether she likes it or not, is becoming the face of a cultural divide in the sport. Every game she plays, she takes elbows that draw no whistle, shoves that draw no fines. Every time she gets knocked down, she's expected to get up with a smile and say thank you. Every time she's insulted, she's told to rise above. She's held to impossible standards, while her critics play by none at all. The meme Angel Reese posted was just another example. A picture mocking Clark, implying she runs from conflict like a coward. That wasn't a fan account. That wasn't a joke. That was Reese, a fellow player, pouring fuel on the fire from her own verified page. And still, no league response. Meanwhile, Griner's history, already complex and controversial, re-enters the spotlight. Not because of her game, but because of her silence and her past. Fans began resurfacing an old video Griner herself posted on Instagram, a topless clip that somehow avoided Instagram's strict nudity filters. The implication? That the platform's AI had classified her chest as male, a theory that spun the internet into a frenzy. It wasn't just conspiracy theorists talking now. This story reached locker rooms, podcasts, forums. Speculation erupted about Griner's biological identity, fueled by a strange combination of physical appearance, personal history, and what many saw as a carefully curated mystery. The narrative, that Griner was born male, raised female by a controlling parent, and has navigated her career under a false identity. Whether true or not, the league's refusal to address these rumors only adds fuel to the fire. The speculation isn't just about gossip, it's about fairness. Fans, and even some players, are asking whether the WNBA is ignoring concerns about physical disparity, advantage, and safety. Caitlin Clark, smaller, younger, and visibly outmatched physically, gets slammed by Griner, elbowed, and crushed under screens, and yet she's the one painted as fragile, privileged, or overhyped. And through it all, Clark stays quiet. She plays, she passes, she shoots, she signs autographs. She brings thousands of new fans to every arena she steps into. Fans who are watching this drama unfold in real time and wondering how the star they came to see ended up as the scapegoat for the league's insecurities. Commentators try to defend Griner. They claim she was just venting, just frustrated that it was heat of the moment, but nobody's buying it. The footage doesn't lie, the lips don't lie, and the intent couldn't have been clearer. Even beyond the racial implications, there's the hypocrisy of the league. When vague and unproven allegations surfaced about Fever fans being racist toward Angel Reese, the WNBA jumped into action, launching an investigation overnight. Yet when one of their biggest names launches a racial slur at the league's biggest draw on live television, they suddenly develop amnesia. Why? Why does Griner get a pass? Why does Angel Reese get to post memes mocking Clark without repercussions? Why is Clark the only one expected to take it all and smile? It's not just sports anymore. It's bigger than that. This is about how institutions respond to pressure, how they protect their image over their integrity. The WNBA has long preached about inclusion, respect, and equality. But now, in their defining moment, when one of their players is openly targeted for her race, success, and popularity, they've chosen silence, and that silence is turning into noise. The Caitlin Clark effect is real. She's not just a good player, she's a phenomenon. She's dragging this league into the mainstream. She's the reason jerseys are selling out, the reason networks are airing more games, the reason arenas are packed. But the very league, benefiting from her presence, seems too afraid to defend her. It's not just casual fans noticing this. Longtime analysts, ex-players, and media personalities are starting to say it out loud. There is a racial bias. There is selective enforcement. There is hypocrisy at the highest level. And if the WNBA doesn't acknowledge it soon, they risk alienating the very fan base they need to survive. When Brittney Griner was arrested in Russia, she became a political pawn. Her return home, traded for a man dubbed the Merchant of Death, raised eyebrows everywhere. That kind of trade isn't made for just anyone. It revealed just how deep the league, the media, and even the government are willing to go to protect certain figures. And yet, Clark, the player who saved the league's relevance, can't even get a flagrant foul reviewed in her favor. Griner complains that the new crowds, the Clark fans, are too loud, too disruptive. She says it ruins the game. But what she's really saying is that she doesn't like sharing the spotlight. And the league, instead of mediating the divide, is stoking it by refusing to enforce their own standards. Imagine being a young fan watching all this play out. You come to see Caitlin Clark. You cheer for her. You buy her jersey. You see her elbowed, insulted, targeted, and then see nothing done. What does that teach you? That talent is less important than alliances? That skin color dictates discipline? That silence is safety? If the WNBA truly believes in equity, it's time to prove it. Not with hashtags, not with slogans, but with action. Start by addressing Griner's comment. Acknowledge it happened. Investigate it. Take disciplinary steps. Do what you would have done if the roles were reversed. Until then, fans will keep asking the questions the league won't. They'll keep pressing for fairness. And if they don't get it, they'll stop watching. Because no one wants to cheer for a league that turns its back on the very player keeping it alive. Clark's fans are growing louder. Not because they want drama, but because they want justice. They don't want special treatment for Clark. They want equal treatment. And right now, they're not seeing it. So if you stand with Caitlin Clark, if you believe in fairness, in accountability, in protecting the future of women's sports, then don't let your voice go unheard. Comment, I stand with CC. Wear the jersey. Share the story. Let the league know that silence is no longer an option, because if they don't step up soon, the WNBA won't just lose Clark, they'll lose everything she brought with her. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.